Alright, welcome back everybody to Operation Pluto. This is Germany's turn 9. Before we get started with that though, there are a few housekeeping items to take care of. The American transport that John Black moved into Guam isn't able to actually go into port, unfortunately, since this is just a minor port. So he has elected to just have it sit in the sea zone instead. Other housekeeping is this British sub is raiding the German line in I-5 or A5, but that didn't actually get rolled for on the British turn, so we're going to take care of that real fast. Germany will be the die on the left, Britain will be the die on the right, and Britain will get its +2 for the die on the right. Alright, so that's going to be a full 2 damage to that line. Which gets erased at the start of the turn. So we'll just take 2 from Germany's bank. Now, in between turns, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact was in effect, so we get +5 on our income. Takes us to 61. Soviets get +3 to go to 94. And the Soviets also get a tech roll for heavy armor. And that is a miss at a 6. Okay. They haven't had much luck with those. Let's hope that continues. Germany, meanwhile, for its techs, I think we are good to go ahead and go into the German turn. And we're going to roll for advanced mechs, improved factories, advanced submarines, and long-range aircraft. So we roll those 4, and we get a miss on advanced mechs, a hit on improved factories. So that'll be nice to have this turn. And then a miss on long-range aircraft and a hit on advanced subs. That's nice. Alright, so that takes us to the German buys. And everything is laid out here, with the exception of... actually, no. Pretty well everything's laid out. We'll just save $2. So Germany is going to try to release a infantry. For 3 IPP, I'm going to be buying 2 Marines for 8. Blue Division is free. 2 Tigers and 2 heavy armor for a total of 28. 2 mech infantry for a total of 8. And then 4 regular infantry for $12. My AirPods are doing something weird, so I am going to try and see if I can fix that to make sure my voice is actually showing up correctly. So apologies. Okay, I think they're all good now, so we will see and try, and hopefully this works. Okay. So yes, that is the German buys. Getting into combat movements, Germany has a few, and then Finland also has a combat move that we will do. For Germany's combat move, these 2 infantry, this blue division, this infantry, and this infantry are all attacking Lubelski. They're being joined by all of the other units in Warsaw, with the exception of the airborne. They're also being joined by all of these units that are in eastern Germany. And we will get a card for that, because that's going to be a lot of units in a small territory. Yeah, so we'll stick this up here. Just stick it over here, I guess. Alright, so 91st will be in Lubelski. is all of these units. That blends in. I should have plugged in my mouse so I could right click these. Jeez, alright. Taking forever. I will clean this up later so you guys don't have to watch that as part of the video. These three are going in as well, so all that's going in there. The strategic bomber is going to join them. That's in Western Germany, and the medium bomber is going to join them as well. And then the attack bomber from Central Romania is going to join them. Okay. The Germans, I think that is actually their, well, actually, I forget. Okay, sub rating. All these subs are coming out of port. All of them are moving into A21, and all of them are rating in A21. The sub that is in the Pacific is rating in the Pacific and the same sea zone. This sub that's on the West African line is going to come 1, 2, and it's going to raid in I3. It's going to raid the East African line. Alright, and then Finland is actually, everything in Helsinki is going to move into southern Finland. So that's 7 infantry and artillery and 3 AAA guns. And the veteran, as the Soviet player, has elected for his planes to take part in that battle. So that's going to be an interesting one. We will see what happens there. But otherwise, I do believe that is all of our combats declared. So we will get into them. This is here, and then strat bombers there, medium bombers there. We will roll for Lubelski real fast. So we have 2 Tigers and 3 medium armors at 6. So Tigers will be black, medium armors will be this green. The Tigers both hit, and the medium armor gets a 3rd hit that we need. So we will just roll the defending British militia and the defending British infantry. And that is 1 hit from the militia, and the other 2 miss. So we will take 1 hit on our infantry, and then everything else will survive. In Finland, we'll go ahead and do that one. So we have, this will actually take down to the battle board, I think. So we have 7 twos, 6 twos rather, sorry, because we have a artillery first strike, and that artillery helps out one of our infantry and makes it a 3 instead of a 2. We will also have 3 anti-aircraft guns that are going to fire, and we'll stick those over here, even though they only hit at a 3. So there are 3 planes, so each gun gets 3 die. Hope to see some hits there. On the Soviet side, defending, we have 6 regular infantry, a TAC bomber that defends at 5 with target select, and 2 fighters. So we will roll the artillery first strike, and it is a miss, which is okay, because we just want these 3 to hit. So we will roll everything else for them now. And that's going to be 1 infantry hit, and only 1 anti-aircraft hit. Oh well. Okay, so that is going to be a Soviet infantry that gets destroyed, as well as the veteran has elected to take his TAC bomber as his first fighter hit. So we'll have that. All these units do get to fire back at us though, so we will see what happens. The infantry get one hit, the TAC bomber misses, and the fighters both miss. So this is an interesting decision. Let's see. Alright, so these die are gone. So it is 5 infantry and 2 fighters against all of these die. Don't get to fire anymore. They are bodies that I can take. So that's 6, 7, 8, until 11. Well, it would be 10 bodies against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bodies. It'd be really nice to kill these planes. Let's see it. We are going to press, I do believe. So we're going to take a hit, the Soviet infantry hit on one of our AA guns, and then we're going to roll and see what we can do. Alright, so that is 2 more hits from our infantry, 3 more hits there. And the Soviets, oof. Alright, maybe we shouldn't have pressed. Oh well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits on the Soviet side. So that's unfortunate. Okay, so 3 hits that they take on 3 infantry, 6 hits that we take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6, yeah. So if we tried to press, it'd be 4 on 4, but R4 or worse. Yeah. Okay. 2, so it'd be 20 against only 10. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What all would he have? These for sure get deleted. I'm definitely losing 4 infantry. So we can either have 2 A guns, think, so we lost 1 egg on round 1. I think we're just going to lose all 6, or not all 6, because there's 7, but 6 of the 7 infantry, and retreat back into Helsinki, having killed the attack bomber, and 3 or 4 of the Soviet infantry. 4, okay. Okay. So, the Soviets have 2 infantry and 2 fighters left in southern Finland. And Finland itself has an infantry and artillery and 2 AAA guns. Okay, I think that's, yeah, I think it's A, so that's A. Okay. So that's that combat. Now all that's left is the convoy rating. So the British do have radar, so the subs are just going to be, or they do get +2 modifier to their red die. So for the 4 regular subs, sort of in part for the course, it's just going to be a straight die against die. And then for the coastal sub, which we will roll for first, the red die will get 1 pip added to it. Alright, so gets the 1 pip added to it, so that's going to be 1 damage the coastal sub deals. We'll now do our 4 regular subs. So it's 0 damage on the first one. It's going to be 3 damage on that, so we're up to a total of 4. We'll do our third sub, which deals 0 damage, and we'll do our last sub, which deals 0 damage. Okay. Those 4 damage are all going to be dealt to the Halifax, or the, whatever this is called, Europe American line. We'll now go down and we will roll for the East African line, and same situation here. There is just a straight dice roll, so that one does get a full damage dealt to it. Then we'll go do the East Asian line, which is again same situation, and it gets 1 damage dealt to it. So Anzac will go down 1, and Great Britain will go down 5. And we will move into the German non-combat phase, except we first have to roll the Soviet D12 that the Soviets get for the Axis taking control of a land zone within the Soviet sphere of influence. So it's going to be this red die here. We'll do the black die actually instead, so that it shows up better. And we will see how much money we gave the Soviets. So that's $6, which does bring them to 32. Yes, 32 on the income chart. So we will inform the veteran of that. Apologies, just waiting to hear back regarding a decision potentially being made by the veteran. Alright, so we have gotten back from the veteran. The Soviets moved up to 32 on the income chart. As the German combat phase has ended, he does not wish to make any declarations at that time. And so as we have now entered into the German non-combat phase, Germany will declare war on the Soviet Union, which will move them to full production. They will get their fire cell next turn. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is no longer signed. Finland will align to Germany. The Soviets will only be able to attack one German-possessed land zone on their next turn. And then on the German turn 10 combat phase, Operation Barbarossa will be in effect, and the Soviets will face a -1 penalty on all combats, and the Germans will get a +1 pip penalty, or buff, not a penalty. So this coastal ship is now German. Germany goes up 1 for controlling Helsinki. I don't think anything else happens there on this side. Mongolia does align, I think, as soon as they're at war. Where's the rulebook? Sorry, guys. Should have had this prepared. Mongolia align if attacked, or as soon as USSR is at war. Yep. Okay. So Mongolia does align. So these are all now Soviet units. Delete 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Soviets gain control of all 5 of these territories. Should be a Soviet cav. Yep, up here. That does mean that the Soviets will actually move to 42 on the chart, and they also will get their 2 from Norland, so +2 there, +2 for these, so they'll get +4 as they move up even more, and 1 for Bessarabia. So move +5, so they will collect, they're at 53, and then they get, they'll have all 3 of those, and then may or may not have Lend-Lease, depending on our friends over in the Is this still recording? Okay, this is wild if this is actually recording. Because my computer did shut down right then. But it seems to tell me that it's still recording right now. So we're gonna roll with it and we'll see. Alright, absolutely wild. I'm gonna save the game at this board state. And just in case this isn't actually recording, so I have this state that I can come back to. Anyway, so yes, I was in the middle of putting the Soviets up to 53. That is the correct thing for them to be at now. Okay, welcome back to this. Apologies, having to stitch two videos together right after I came back from the computer failing. It actually did stop recording, which I didn't catch until I had finished this part of the turn, but luckily I made that save. So yeah. So Soviets are up to 53 on the income chart. America goes up 5 for Germany having declared war on the Soviet Union. And then I think they covered all the income increases. So for non-combat moves, Germany is moving Bulgaria into Central Romania, Eastern Yugoslavia into Central Romania, the artillery into Hungary. All of this is part of the 91st, which I will clean up and send the save over. Denmark is non-combat moving into Gotaland. Western Germany is moving up into Denmark. Berlin, Blue Division is moving over into Western Germany. The Marines in the Netherlands is moving over into Western Germany. The regular infantry, the airborne, the AAA, and all 3 fighters in Belgium are moving into Western Germany. The air transport in Western Germany is moving to Warsaw. The attack bomber, medium bomber, and strategic bomber that attacks Kubelski are all landing into Western Germany. That looks good. That looks good. The result of these rolls in that video was a hit on the Nationalist Spain at 4 and a miss for Vici at 3. If I need to re-roll those because it wasn't captured in the video, that can be arranged, but that was what that was the result of those rolls. Vici took over Niger, and then all the ships moved into A46. All of the German ships moved into A12. None of the subs that raided went into port anywhere. They are all out in their sea zones. So that mainly is these guys. The 84th, the 2 medium tanks, the light tank, and one of the mech infantry are railing from the Netherlands into Central Romania. And the other 2 mechs are moving into Western Germany. And I think that's got all these movements taken care of. So at the end of the German non-combat phase, we get our Festering Europa buff, and we will choose to put a, it's supposed to be over here. We're going to choose to put a fort in Picardy. No, sorry. We're going to put our fort we're just going to put our fort in Western Germany along the border to A11. So I'll grab the fortification, bring it down. So yeah, fort along the C zone here to A11. We'll just do it like this. Okay, and then we'll place our units since we already did our recruitment rolls. The infantry that was being unleased to Finland can't be delivered because Finland no longer exists as it has been incorporated into Germany. I think I get to place it this turn. If not, no worries, we can just place it next turn. The Blue Division goes into Berlin as required. The 2 Tigers are being built in Eastern Germany. The 2 heavy armor, non-Tiger heavy tanks are being built in Warsaw. The 2 mech infantry are being built into Central Romania. 2 infantry are being built in Paris. 2 Marines are being built in Western Germany. A regular infantry is being built in Eastern Germany. And then a regular infantry is being built in Western Germany. And then the infantry that was not able to be delivered to Finland, I'm going to build in Western Germany, though that one might have to wait to be placed until next turn. So with that, we are going to declare this the end of our turn, and we'll pass it over to the veteran for the common turn, turn 9.